don't sell just because of bubble. A lot can go up before the bubble bursts. That doesn't mean that that's the end of the move, okay? We are in that bubble territory, but we don't have the pricking of the bubble yet.
Ray Dalio has stated that while AI assets are clearly in a bubble, that alone isn't a signal to sell immediately. He argues that a bubble's formation isn't primarily a failure of long-term value, but a situation where weak hands are forced to sell due to liquidity needs, tighter monetary policy, or tax pressures, ultimately causing it to pop. His analysis suggests the current market mania is at about 80% of historical extremes, indicating we have not yet reached the critical point where selling becomes unavoidable.
Has been this question of an AI bubble. And I'm curious where you ultimately come down. Are you with Jensen Huang, who says he doesn't see it that way, or do you see something else?
There's definitely a bubble in markets. Bubbles, what is a bubble? Right?
Okay, what is a bubble?
What is a bubble? A bubble is that there's a lot of creation of wealth from various ways, such as you decide that you're going to have sell $50 billion worth of stock and value it at $1 trillion, or you have multiples like that, and then you create the wealth that way. And then the question with all this wealth relative to money is who needs the money. So it's a matter of who the buyers and sellers are. For example, if we had a wealth tax, or if you had a tightening of monetary policy, then there has to be the selling of those assets. So in order to pay those things. So there's a mechanics of who owns it, is it over-owned, and so on. It's not the long-term duration of the earnings. So you think about it, isn't it interesting that we have such a short-term reaction? It's great that what the results are, but this is it's valued as a long-duration asset. So for 25 years, the next 25 years, it's very unknown. We don't know what's going to happen, and bubbles don't happen because of good estimates of what in the future. It happens because of the need for cash. Do you sell that asset? Do you have to sell that asset for cash for some reason?
Well, that's the question, though.
So your book, I thought, did such a good example. I mean, I thought, by the way, your book is fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
But you take the 1929, and then you say, what made it go up and what made it go down? And that dynamic is the way bubbles work, right? And so if you take who has exposures, how much leverage is used, and so on, this is about 80% into a bubble that was 100% would have been 1929 and 2000.
Subscribe for real-time updates.